Good morning. It's lovely to connect with you today. My name is Leanne Peters and I'm from Temple of Balance, and I'm here to host our Patreon healing, Patreon personal healing event for February. I want to make sure you can hear me, so can you please let me know if you can hear me in the chat? That would be excellent. Sorry, I'm a couple of minutes late. I was just hosting an impromptu healing video on Facebook. And then when I came onto YouTube, I forgot I wasn't in the right account. So here I am. It's great to connect with you. So, thanks, Jackie. Fantastic. So, welcome. This is early because I am about to be away hosting at my next solo exhibition. So, I will be away for the rest of the month as of Tuesday. So, I am doing this early, and the healing list event will be tomorrow. So, that's also early. Usually, it's at the very end of the month, but this month is an exception. So, I am here to host our personal healing event. This is time where I spend personally with some of my patrons. So I have 5 people on the healing list today. I want to welcome Sally. Sally is new to this particular, what we call the pledge level, and this resource. So I look forward to connecting with you shortly, Sally. So we've got 5 people on the healing list today. I'll be spending approximately 10 minutes with each person. This is give or take a couple of minutes because it just depends on what we've got going on. I don't want to set a timer. I don't want to be rigid in that way. I just would rather focus until what I need to do is done. Sometimes that's a little bit earlier than 10. Sometimes that's a little bit later. So it just depends. So it's around 10 minutes with each person. I'll be starting every connection with a healing energy card, and I'll be ending each connection with a healing energy card. So these are cards I created. We've got Healing Energy Cards Deck 1, the original deck upgraded, and Healing Energy Cards Deck 2 combined to make 110 cards. So these are like bookends. These are the start and then the end of each connection that I make. Now, how I connect is the way that I've worked out that works for me over all of these years. I've been doing this distantly for 21 years now, almost to the day. So I tune in, basically one of the ways I tune in, or one of the ways that I connect with this energy, it's kind of hard to explain, isn't it? Is I know how it feels to be in my body. So I know what it feels like to be me and in my configuration of energy, if you like. And as soon as I start tuning into someone, which is thinking of them, and I don't do this randomly, I only do this when I'm hosting an event like this, I start feeling things that I don't usually feel in my body. And then it's up to me. Over the years, I've figured out how to interpret that. I trust reasonably well. I don't have many. In fact, I don't really have any complaints that something's not quite right. So I just have to trust in what I'm feeling, what I'm picking up. And then probably the hardest thing is actually trusting in how I interpret that. That's the tricky part. So one of the clues for me is that the things that I'm feeling, if I'm interpreting it reasonably accurately, then the energy will move into something else. So if the energy stays stuck on something, then I need to find some other words or another angle at looking at that energy. So I'm very much sensitive to the flow and the unfolding of the connection that I'm making, and I trust in that unfolding, and I trust in what comes up, and I trust that it's right for the person. So that's all I can do. I don't have the person in front of me validating anything, and I don't need that anyway. So having said that, I'm going to start. So I'm going to be connecting with one of my 5 people. I'm going to randomly pull them out of this little froggy pot, and we'll see what happens. So if you are not on the list, or you're waiting for your time, then I do trust that you've been led here for a reason. I receive a lot of emails from people for years and years that just happen to pop in when I might be connecting with someone, but that information or some of it also resonates or helps them. So I do trust you've been led here for a reason. So even though your name might not be attached to something that's said or something that happens, I do trust that if it resonates with you, then it must be for you as well. So I'm sure it's no accident that you happen to be here. So be open to receiving what you need, and let's see what happens. So I'm going to get started. Welcome, everybody. So to be on the list, you need to be a patron. And so there's a link in the video description below, and it's at the $50 level for the month that you get access to this and some of my other healing events, and also my Pillar of Light membership and some other things. So have a look on there and let me know if you have any questions. So the first person I'm connecting with today is Jane Corlett. Jane, you're first. Take a nice big breath and let's see what comes up for you today. So the best card to support or start your healing time is this. I may go into the cards for these, I may not. This is card 55, the harvest. This is about enjoying the fruits of your labor and your hard work. So this suggests to me, just the feeling I have straight away with this card is that you've worked really hard, Jane, to get to where you are at this point. And you might be noticing some fruits that you can enjoy at this time. And within those fruits that you're enjoying, hopefully now, are the seeds for the next beginning or the next chapter of your life. So enjoy the fruits and then plant the seeds for the next phase or the next chapter. So it does suggest that something's tying up at this time. Something may be tying up, but within that tying up is also a new beginning. So there's something being born out of the tying up or out of the enjoying the fruits of your labor and your hard work. Enjoy the time of the harvest. So take a nice big breath, Jane, and let's see. So what I'm feeling is this pulling across energy across the top of your shoulder. Oh, actually, it's across the front of your shoulders, the top of your heart, almost up to your throat, but very much through the collarbone here. It feels like it's stretching open, and something wants to really stretch through here. And stretching, I feel like it wants to stretch and help support you dropping your burdens that you've been feeling, that you've been carrying over your shoulders. And it's interesting because usually when I'm feeling burdens that are being carried, it's usually on top of the shoulders or at the back of the shoulders, but this is feeling like it's more in the front of the shoulders, and it feels like burden. So usually things that are happening in the front of the body talk about things that are happening now. So I suggest it, I feel that there's something that's going on in your life today, something that you are dealing with on a daily or regular basis that is creating a burden or a pressure that you feel that you're under. So what I'm feeling is this across the front of your shoulders, and it feels like a pulling down feeling. So it's pulling down, but it's also pulling forward. So there's something heavy here that I feel that you're carrying, and probably some pressure. It could be a pressure you're putting onto yourself, or pressure that's been put onto you by others, or even just situations that you're dealing with in your life. So it could be a stress as well would be a pressure. So I feel this energy wants to sort of pull back and drop down the back of your shoulders and down the back of your body. So it's like if we had, say, a saddlebag on a horse. And the saddlebag, I'm pretty sure they're the ones that, well, how I'm visualizing it is that they go over the horse's back, and then you have the bags on the side. So it feels like a bag that's sitting over the side. If your shoulder was the horse, the back of a horse, and then it's just over one side on both sides here at the front. So I don't feel it on the back. I feel it on the front. So you got these bags, and then we pull those bags off and we drop them down to the back of your body, or down actually to the ground, but along the back of your body. So they drop down your body and land down on the earth behind you. And then they soak back into the earth and return back to love. So there's already a light feeling that's coming up here, and a feeling that's pulling your energy, your shoulders back, instead of feeling like they're pulling down and pulling forward, like you've got the weight of something on your shoulders or the weight of something that you're carrying. So this feels already like it's lifted, like it's lifting up, like it's lighter through here. And also this feeling of pulling your shoulders and your back feel like they're pulling back into the straight position, the upright position, which feels good. And now I feel, now you're ready to actually face where you need to go, because there's a directional feeling here that I feel. So if our path that we walk is right under our feet, then if our shoulders are square on with that path, we should always be walking forward, our shoulders and our hips usually. So your shoulders, I feel, are just making some adjustments around to make sure that you're really square on in regards to your life's path and where you're going. So what is happening, I feel a strong pull in regards to where you're going, where you're walking to, perhaps what your goals are or what your drive is moving forward. I don't feel a lot in regards to the past, so I feel that there's a lot that you've shifted and a lot that you've stepped out of from the past. So I feel a lot of release that's already been taking place there, because I feel there's a lightness to the back of your body, which feels really good. And it feels clear now in the front, so clear especially in the front of your shoulders, clear for you to face and really clearly know where you need to go, instead of it being clouded by the heaviness and the pull down and the weight, the energetic weight here at the front that I was feeling before. So it feels clearer, like something's opened up and something has shifted just ever so slightly to the side. It feels like it's shifted to the right as you're shifting on your path and really locking in to your path and the direction that you're taking in your life. And with that, when I say direction, I feel like this is really important. And the direction energy, just saying that word, locks something down into your body and right down into your feet. And I feel your feet just almost magnetized to the ground. So magnetized down to your path, into the direction that you're facing, square on with your shoulders, locked down here, locked down and ready to go. It's almost like you're at the start line. You're at the start line of something. You're about to start something. So I feel like the gun's about to go off and it's like ready, set, go. And you're just about ready to go. So the green light is about to turn on with something in your life, which also matches this card really well, the harvest that I pulled up for you, Jane. So you're getting ready to go. You're getting lined up. You're getting everything ready. You're getting everything lined up for yourself and all the things that need to be lined up so that you're ready once that green light turns on and once that gun is pulled and the trigger is pulled and you're ready to go, that you are ready to go. You're literally ready to go. So there's some pause feeling now, but it's like the pause before the start, or the pause before the action, the pause before the acceleration forward. So things are about to pick up speed and you're now preparing yourself and locking yourself into position is the feeling here. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's very close, this green light turning on, like within the next couple of days. I feel like it would be a week perhaps at the most, but it feels really, really close. Like you're here at the start line, you're getting ready for the trigger to be pulled and the green light to turn on to go. So this is like a real acceleration. It reminds me of that card, I think it's card 67, that is acceleration. The green light turns on, go. So it's just before that. That's the feeling here. So I trust that makes sense for you, Jane. Let's grab a card to add here at this point, which is none of those. Sometimes the cards have a little slip to slide. So I just want to get the cards calmed down and then I can pull a card for you. Okay, Jane, so the best card to add here as we finish off your connection for today is, let's go with this. It's from Healing Energy Cards Deck 2 and we have Rejuvenation, card 82. This is rest. This is in the rest category. I sort of feel like this is sort of like the pause before the go. The pause, it's like stopping at the red light before the light turns green and goes. It says physical, mental and emotional rest. Repair, disconnect from electronics, reconnect to nature, meditate, relax, balance, and your state of being is important. So there's a calm feeling here and finding your calm before the green light turns on. So things are about to accelerate and move quickly. So you can use this time before that green light turns on to rejuvenate, to rest, to align yourself, make the adjustments that are needed so that you're ready to go as fully and clearly as possible. That's the feeling here. I trust that makes sense, Jane. Thanks so much for your support and namaste. Okay, let's see who's next. Next on the list is this person. And we have, it's Jackie. I'm pretty sure Jackie's here. Welcome, Jackie. And I'm just going to split these cards up that I just stuck on top. So, Jackie, nice big breath, please. And everyone else who's open to receiving, who I'm sure is here for some reason, please also take a nice big breath. So, Jackie, let's see what you need today. I'm feeling what feels to me like a blow to the head. It feels like a sharp energy that's coming up here, just underneath. Okay, so it's kind of like to the side, behind the ear, and it's coming up from underneath and up. Like there's a bone just here at the skull. Like there's something quite heavy and painful, almost like a blow to the head. That's the feeling that I have with this energetically. So we'll look into that a little bit further in a second. Let's grab a card. The best card that you need, Jackie, to start this connection is from Healing Energy Cards Deck 1, and you have Self-Acceptance, card 5. So this is very much about accepting yourself for who you are, clearing emotional baggage, acceptance, and healing around the stomach area as well. Okay, let's just get into this energy. So this is the energy, energetically, this is in the mind energy, and there feels to be like some blow. So what it feels like is someone's like hit you with a hammer here. So it feels like quite a blunt pain that's coming up here in the base of your skull, but round here to the left behind the ear. It's like halfway between behind the ear, halfway between the ear and the base of the skull in the middle where the occipital bone is. So halfway between there, it's like a blow, and it feels like it comes up like this way, almost like someone slapping you up the back of the head kind of feeling here. And I'm not saying this is literally what's going on, but there's something energetically here. This is what I'm feeling, and this is what it feels like. So I have to explain what it feels like and then do my best to interpret that. So this is connected with the mind energy. It's also connected with the throat. So it's connected with the throat. It's around the back of the throat, back of the neck area, so back of the throat chakra. It's slightly here to the left side, but it's also in the back. There's a heaviness. It's also coming down from this same area, down over the shoulders and down towards the back of your heart, but it's all on the left side. So it's just slightly left of the back of the heart, so slightly left on the left shoulder blade, we could say, because the shoulder blades are basically where the back of the heart is. So it's on the sort of the left shoulder blade, and it comes down and then it moves towards the middle at the back of your solar plexus, so your middle back, and down to your lower back in the middle. So it's like coming from the side here, if we're going from the back, from the side, and then at the solar plexus, it comes down to the middle and down to the back of the sacral chakra, so the lower back. So there's something here about the past. It's connecting with the past, some blow, something perhaps that took you by surprise, something that maybe knocked you off your feet in some ways, as a bit of a sort of saying, something that took you by surprise. And it feels like some type of surprise, maybe some type of blow, something that took you by surprise, that was unexpected. And it's connected with the past. And I feel that this thread, it's like a thread of energy that connects from this place here, that I was talking about before here, at the back of the head. So it's like a thread that connects here. It starts here and it goes down, like I said, and then down across to your middle back and down to the your lower back. So it's like a thread of energy that comes through here. And it's a thread that feels smoky somehow. It feels smoky or ashen. It's like a channel or a tube. It's like a tube. And the tube feels like it's filled with ash or smoke. It just feels very smoky, very ashen. And it's, yeah, like a tube. It does feel like a clear tube, a tube that runs through there that's filled with ash. It makes me feel a bit sickly in the belly. So there's stuff that's playing up probably, or coming up now, maybe in your life, because it feels like some bottled up or some old emotion that's actually wanting to come up and come out and be released. That sickly feeling, that nauseous feeling shows me that that energy, the emotion that's sitting here presently, because it's in the front of the body, it wants to come up, it wants to be released. So there's something that you're ready to release that is perhaps playing out still as probably an emotional thing that you're feeling today, connected with something from the past, some blow, some surprise, some event, some situation, something, some trauma, something that happened in the past. So what I feel like I want to do is energetically remove this tube. So it feels like a clear tube that's filled with ash. It's filled with ashes. Ashes connected with this somehow. I don't know how, but it's ashes. It's filled with ashes. And there's all sorts of things that I'm feeling in your bodies. I tune into your energy, Jackie, too, that feels the best word I can feel for right now is a little bit panicked. So it feels a little bit tense, a little bit panicked here in preparation for releasing this. So it feels like it's something that's been held onto for some time. It feels like it's perhaps become a part of you, a part of who you are in some ways. But I feel like it's ready to come out. I feel like you're ready to release this. You're ready to say goodbye to the pain of this, whatever this relates to for you. And what I feel like as I'm talking about this here, right at the spot where it feels like the blow is, where it's really kind of just sideswiped you by surprise, it's like there's an opening here at the top of the tube, and I can feel the tube here as I touch in this area. I can feel the top of the tube, and it's sort of opening up, like the skin is opening up here energetically. And so I just grab this tube here and just pull this tube out, and it just moves actually quite easily, quite smoothly out, all the way out. It's quite long. I mean, it's a good meter or so 3 or 4 feet. And just pulling this out and just shaking all the ash out to begin with. So just shaking the ash out, and the ash falls down to the ground where it returns back to love. And now dropping that tube, and the tube coils up like a snake and just sinks down into the earth where it returns back to love. And something feels like it's freed up here. Something feels lighter and clearer through this whole area, through this, where this tube was, through the left shoulder blade all the way down to your middle back and your lower back. Also, it's that nauseous feeling, that sickly feeling in the belly has also gone. So there's a connection here, probably where the bottom of the tube was probably touching on that area. So I feel like as we've pulled that out and dropped that ash out of the tube, has also been a release emotionally. So now what? Now there's space we need to fill up, and it feels like this really beautiful pinky orange color coming into this area here at the back of your head where this tube was, and it just starts filling that space up where the tube was. So it fills it up like we're tipping liquid, like we're tipping some sort of liquid down into this opening, and it fills up that whole area. So it fills right the way down to your belly, and then through to your lower back, your middle back, your left shoulder blade, and across that left side and up into the left side of your skull here. So it fills it all up till it overflows. So this orangey pink energy, which feels very calming, but also quite energizing at the same time, very supportive, very loving, this energy. And I feel it's here to support you emotionally, but also to activate something as well. Activate something what? Activate a love, activate a compassion, activate a healing, activate something. So there's a calming but also an activation at the same time, which is probably part of the orange and the pink energy if we pulled them apart. So this overflows, it runs down, it just runs down like a liquid over your shoulder here at the front, and then drops down your left leg down to the earth. And so it's overflowing this energy of support, but also activation at the same time. It's like through the support comes activation. So they feel like there's a feeling of a linked in here. Oh, and I just look at this card because it has the similar sort of color, sort of like an orangey pink in here. Yeah, orangey pink. Okay, so that's feeling much better now. And now, okay, so now a green energy is coming through from the universe above. It's like a turquoisey greeny blue, and it comes down from the universe above as a light, and it fills up your body from the inside like you're an empty cylinder, and it overflows out of your body as well. So we've got this beautiful turquoise green that's filling you up and calming things down, and also supporting your healing at this time as you let go, as you allow the support to come in, but also allow yourself to be activated. So it feels like this is a preparation for something that you're stepping into. So I trust this makes sense, Jackie. Let's grab a card to add here for you. So the best card to add to finish up this connection is, we'll go with this one, Healing Energy Cards 2. Thank you very much. Oh, it's Reset, card 79. A chance to start over. An opportunity exists now. The unknown, the void. A fresh start. Potential, the blank canvas. Anything is possible. And be proactive. So this is an egg here in the center of the mandala. And the egg is a symbol of new beginnings. So something feels like it's been reset. Something feels like it's like a reset button has been pressed inside you, Jackie. And what is a chance to start over? It's a chance to start afresh without carrying the pain of and the wounds of whatever that was that you've been carrying, without carrying that forward. So it's like moving forward, feeling a little lighter and a little freer than you did before as you hit that reset button within yourself, which activates something. So this is the activation. The activation is the reset, is the feeling. So this is very interesting. So I trust this resonates. Thanks so much, Jackie. And thank you for your support. Namaste. Okay, let's see who's next. Next on my list from my froggy pots is this person. It is Sally. Sally Rogers. Welcome to our Patreon personal healing event, Sally. Although Sally and I have connected for many times over many years. So it's great to connect with you again, Sally. So welcome. So Sally, please take a nice big breath and let's see what comes up for you today. Okay, so what I'm first of all feeling is a pushing forward feeling here in the middle of the back. So that's at the back of your solar plexus chakra. So there's a push forward. There's something that's wanting you to push, a push forward. It's trying to push you forward. But we'll get back to that in a minute. Healing Energy Cards 2. And we have Notice the Details, card 61. So it says, make sure you comprehend and understand what's being communicated. Don't fill in the blanks. Pay attention, think, and read. So notice the details, like, and this could even be research. So looking for more of the details so that you have a better idea of what's been presented or what you're thinking about. So it feels like there's a big hand on the back of your middle back, the back of your solar plexus chakra right here. This is your power center. So it's our center for personal power, strength, and courage. And there's a push on the back. So at the back of this area, if we look at the zone of the solar plexus, it comes around the sides and round to the middle back. So the middle back is the back of the solar plexus chakra. There's a big hand. It feels like a big man's hand, a male type hand, and the hand is on the back of your solar plexus and it is trying to push you forward. So I feel like there's something that you're being encouraged to really step into, that's something that you may be hesitating on or uncertain about. Maybe you need more details about it before you can commit, but there's something, there's an energy, there's a force, there's a male behind you, a masculine energy that is encouraging you to step forward and to push yourself forward. So there's something that you might be hesitating on, something that you're not sure about, but you're being encouraged to just go for it. So there is a sense here that it's going to be okay. You can go for it. But also, based on that card, notice the details. There may be more information that you just personally need to find so that you can be sure in yourself that this is what you need to do. So I wouldn't be surprised if you're doing some research and you're looking up some things and maybe you're even feeling upon whether this is the right thing to do or not. But there is great encouragement from spirit. There is a great supportive energy it feels like a supportive hand, and this supportive hand is really encouraging you to go for it, to try something new. It feels like something new that you're thinking about or have been perhaps seriously thinking about stepping into. So this hand is leaving an impression on the back of your lower back. Your middle back. So it's leaving an impression, because even when I feel the hand back off a little bit, which it has backed off a little bit, it's like it's leaving an impression there. So there's some impression that's being left, almost like an echo or a shadow or a ripple of the hand itself. So there's some something that's been left behind, some impression that's being left, which feels to be important, but I'm not really understanding why or what that's about at this point. So the hand's backed off. There's a cool energy now at your middle back, but the impression of the hand remains. So it's a bit like, you know, when someone's been sitting on a seat and the weight of their body's on that seat, and then they get up and someone else sits down, and we can still feel the warmth of the person's body from that was sitting there before. It's a bit like that. It's like there's a impression that's left, there's a heat that's left, there's an energy that's left, even though this hand is stepping back. So I feel like the hand and what this represents, the push forward in some ways, I feel like that's made itself known. So it's stepping back because now it's kind of leaving it up to you to figure out what details or what research you need to find to make yourself ready to step forward now. So this doesn't feel like a forceful energy. It doesn't feel like a forceful hand. It's just showing you that you are ready to take this step forward, and now it's up to you to figure that out. But the impression's there, the warmth is there, even though I'm feeling it as a coolness, but the impression remains of this hand. So the support stays, even though it's backed off a little bit now. So now let's just tune into your body. I feel like there's some sort of imbalance. I feel like this sort of leaning forward, this pushing back kind of feeling, maybe a toing and froing that you may have been feeling, Sally, lately, of I will do this, and then it's like, oh no, actually I won't. Oh no, yeah, I might. And there's sort of this toing and froing energy is the feeling, and it's kind of leaning in and then pulling back. And it might be part of why this hand's come in as well, this force, this reminder, this support that, you know, it's okay, you can actually do this. So I don't know if it's a lack of self-belief or feeling doubtful about yourself, but there's certainly a reassurance from this hand that you actually can do this. So if you have been sort of on the fence, if you've been toing and froing on whether you should do this or not, I think this would certainly be a sign to proceed if that's something you decide to do. But energetically, with the hand aside, energetically there is this push and pull feeling in the body. It feels like part of your body pulls forward, other parts pull back. So there's a sort of an imbalance feeling here in regards to front and back. So we could also translate that to past and future, like a pull back into the past, a pull forward into the future, or a fear of the future and a sort of living in the past. So there's this push and pull, this imbalance that I feel that it feels like it's forward and back, or past and future. So sort of a leaning and a leaning back, leaning forward. So what I would really like to do before I finish with you, Sally, is bring your energy back into balance. So the first thing to do is to get your feet nice and solid on the ground, just a little bit apart, your feet. And as you stand there, if you're encouraged or inspired to stand, as you stand, feel the weight of your body being evenly distributed on both of your legs. So feel your legs and your feet support your body as you stand there as evenly as you can with your weight distribution. So your feet nice and planted on the ground. And now as we travel up your body, we're going to go firstly to your hips, making sure your hips are in alignment with your feet. So your feet are on your path, they're locked into position. So now we travel up your body, make sure your hips are also in alignment with your feet and in alignment with your body here that we're working on. We want to make sure that one's not pushing forward or back, like tilting like this, and also tilting this way. So we want to make sure that everything's locked in, especially in regards to your hips. So your hips lock in. I feel your right hip move forward. I feel your left hip move back, and they lock into place, like they're locked into position now over your feet. And there's a tingly feeling now in your legs, like energy's going down there or something, like energy was blocked before. So there's all this tingling and a lot of energy moving down your legs, up and down, both of them, all the way around. It's just very, very tingly right now. And now we're looking at your torso. So we're now looking at your torso from your hips to your shoulders. And we're looking at how aligned they are. So are they leaning forward, leaning back, side to side? So what I feel is there's a leaning forward feeling from your hips. So just bringing your torso back to lock it into your hips. So we want to get everything into alignment. So your torso locks back, comes back and locks into position. Your shoulders, so your shoulders feel like the right's tipping forward, the left's tipping back, and we bring the right back and the left forward, lock those into alignment with the rest of your body, with your hips as well. So you're nice and square on here on your path. And then same with your head. So your neck and your head. And I feel like there's a looking over this way to the left, which suggests looking to the past. So we're just bringing your head forward. So it's also locked into position. Your neck's locked in and you're in this alignment. So this alignment feels really important. The alignment so that you can make the best decision possible in regards to where you want to go forward in your life, because it's going to be up to you. It's going to be completely up to you, Sally. No matter, how much this energy, it feels like a loved one in spirit, this male energy really thinks that this is a good idea for you. It's going to be ultimately up to you. So if you can be as aligned and as balanced and as clear as possible to make the best decision that you can make, and not doubting yourself, but believing in yourself. If this is something that you want to try, that you have the energy to follow through, but not talk yourself out of it because you might be doubting in your capabilities. So making sure that if you decide not to do it, you're doing it for the right reasons, not because you doubt in yourself. That's not a valid enough reason. So you will know what you need to do, and I have complete faith and trust in you that you will know what to do, and so does your loved one in spirit. They know that you will know what to do as well. So there's something really touching here. There's something really deep that's touching in the heart. So thank you so much, Sally. I do trust this resonates. Let's grab a card to add here. So the best card to add as we finish off your connection, Sally, is... we're going to go with this one here. It's Healing Energy Cards Deck 2, and it is Conquering Your Fear. It says, don't allow your insecurities to stop you from proceeding. Now, hold on. Isn't that just what I said? Don't allow your self-doubt to stop you from moving forward. Like, make sure your reasons for not proceeding are valid. Like, I don't know what the reasons will be. But this very first line just absolutely confirms what I just said. Don't allow your insecurities to stop you from proceeding. Look at those insecurities, release them, and then proceed if you want to. Summon your courage and overcome. So overcome that fear, summon your courage so that it's stronger and louder than your fear that you may be feeling, or your uncertainty, or your self-doubt. So I trust that makes sense. Thank you so much, Sally. It's wonderful to connect with you again. Namaste. Okay, we have 2 more people on the list. Welcome, everybody, and thanks for being here. 2 more people will be here till about the 1 hour mark. Susan Sonsteng. Susan, you're next. You're now. Nice big breath for me, please, Susan, and let's see what is going on with your energy today. So what's loudest in your energy is always going to get my attention first. So the best card is this one as we start with you. We've got Disintegration. This is a really exciting card. It's card 105, and it says, ouch. It doesn't say ouch. I just said ouch. It says, things falling apart to come back together again in a new and better way. Release your hold. The glue is melting. Transformation, reforming, and the new. So this is a very interesting card. It shows that something that you've been trying to fix or improve or change or keep the same, because sometimes it's keep the same, is falling apart. So the glue, the band-aids that you've been using to try and fix things, to try and keep them the same, is melting. The band-aids are coming off. And something is disintegrating. It's breaking apart, perhaps. Maybe right before your eyes. And this card suggesting that you allow it to disintegrate so that something better can come in its place. It's like, when we try and control something, or we try and hold on, we try and make something how we think it should be when it's not wanting to go that way. And it might work for a little while. We might try and glue and band-aid and tape things up for a bit, but eventually things will change and things will fall apart. We're putting off the inevitable. So there is this sense here that maybe the inevitable has been put off in the past, and that this is an opportunity now for you to let your hold go and trust in the unfolding and see what happens. And you can trust, we can all trust, if this is happening to us, we can trust that something better is coming into its place. Something better is growing up in the ashes, where the phoenix died, basically. The ashes of the phoenix. So the phoenix is born from the ashes of its predecessor. So the phoenix is born, it does its thing, then it poofs into smoke, it drops into ash, and from the ash, the next phoenix is born and rises from the ashes of its predecessor. So we can trust that even though it's difficult, there's a death feeling here, a death in regards to something ending, something coming to an end, something slipping between your fingers, that even though it's difficult to allow that change to occur, that ending to occur, that death in some ways to occur, and it's difficult to see that pile of ash when there was something beautiful there before, through the ash something even better is going to be born that maybe cannot be seen yet. So in the ash, and I feel the ashes in front of you here, Susan. It's like right here at the tips of your toes is the start or the border of this pile of ash. And this pile of ash, it feels like something, it feels like an obstacle of sorts, because it feels to me that it's difficult to move past the ash. So whatever the ash represents, that it's hard to step over, it's hard to go around, like it's just, I'm just going to stand here in front, or behind actually, with the ashes in front. I'm just going to stand here. So it makes me feel that there's some challenge or some obstacle that's actually very hard to overcome. There may be a grief involved here, a grief of something. It could be the loss of someone, but there can be a different sort of grief too, like the grief of, or the loss of our youth, the loss of a phase of our life, or the changes of our life. I see this too when people are retiring, for example. Even though they may have complained a lot about their work they were doing for 40 years, they get to retirement and it's like, okay, now who am I? You know, I had a title before, I had a role before, and now part of me has died. And I have to now step into this new embrace this new part of my life. So there's a similar feeling here that something's changed, and there might be a grief that's connected here. So in the ashes, it's almost like we're having a funeral ceremony here in front of these ashes and what these represent. So something's burned, because otherwise there wouldn't be ash here. So it's suggesting that something has changed, something's ended, something's burned somehow. There's been a loss or an ending of some sort, something to come to terms with. And it feels like we're standing here. I feel like we're standing here around the ashes. There are multiple of us, people of us standing here around the ashes. And it's like we're laying the ashes to rest and what these represent. It's almost like a funeral or a celebration service of the good that was. And as we do that, jeepers, the crown chakra is tingling something fierce now. So as we acknowledge and celebrate what was, something pops open here at your crown chakra, Susan. Your crown chakra is about your connections. So when you're feeling separate and alone and disconnected, it's usually linked up here with the crown. So when you're feeling connected, which is the opposite of feeling disconnected, or when you're feeling connected, you're feeling connected perhaps to spirit, connected to yourself, connected with others, connected with your life. Something opens up here in the crown. So our connections to spirit, our relationship there becomes a little easier because we're connected. But if we're disconnected, if we're detached here, if we're split here, then that's the opposite story. So something's popped open here in your crown, especially in regards to celebrating or acknowledging, at the very least, being grateful for whatever it is that's burned, whatever it is that's changed, whatever it is that's transformed. And as we celebrate this, as we sort of like we light a candle, we sing a few hymns, we remember, we reflect back. As we do all these things that you might do in, say, a funeral service, it's like the ashes just start sinking down now into the earth and they become fertilizer, becomes like a fertilizer for the ground before you. This is the ground in front of you, Susan. It's the fertile ground that you stand in and that you stand behind and that you stand not in front of, it's in front of you. But it becomes fertile now. And so here in your solar plexus chakra, your power center, you reach in with your hand and you pull out a handful of seeds and you just sprinkle the seeds on the ground in front of you. And you're ready now to plant something new, to allow the new to come up where the old was. So something, it's like an ending and a beginning that's coming up here. And as you plant these seeds, I feel like you just kind of watching for a moment, patiently waiting to see which seeds sprout. And then I feel there is a readiness that you'll be able to step forward, because before it felt like an obstacle, or maybe it felt like you weren't ready to step forward for whatever reason. But there's a feeling now that you're preparing you're readying yourself to be able to step forward, and step forward enriched and nourished by all of your past experiences, including what this represents, that this has helped make you who you are. And you can step forward knowing that you carry those memories and you carry those memories and feelings with you into your future. And that helps enrich you and enrich your life. So yeah, it's a very interesting energy and very Phoenix related. There's a strong Phoenix feeling here. So this birthing, this endings and beginnings kind of feeling. This disintegration energy too is very strong. Things coming apart to be put back together again in a new and better way. Okay, let's grab a card to see what this wants to add here as we finish up, Susan. And the best card is, we're going to go with this. It's from Healing Energy Cards 2, and it is Radiance card 85. It says, glow from within, shine your light, be at peace with yourself, be at peace with others. This is perfect because there is this feeling of finding peace now. You know, it's pretty typical after sort of a funeral or the passing of someone that we would say rest in peace. So we really, you know, want them to find peace, but also we hope that we're going to find some peace as well. This comes in really perfectly timed, actually, after what we've just done, because I feel like there's this peace, a feeling of peace that wants to come in, a peace perhaps within yourself, a peace that it's going to be okay, and a peace that in knowing that, you know, things change, and finding a peace with that. So the peace comes from within, and this peace, I feel, gives you permission to be able to move forward. So I don't know if this is an actual loss that you've had, like the loss of someone, if this is relating to a loss. If it's not, then it must be relating to something that feels very similar that's taken place in your life, like some significant change that you've been going through. So Radiance is your card, finding peace out of this, peace from the chaos, allowing things to be laid to rest, or feeling peace. I trust that makes sense. Thank you so much, Susan, and thank you for your support. Namaste. Okay, one more person here. Who could it be? It is Nicki Mohler. Nicki, thanks, Susan. I trust that makes sense to you. Thank you. All right, Nicki, nice big breath. Let's see what comes up for you. Okay, I'm feeling a fast moving train straight away with your energy, Nikki. Something moving quickly. Let's grab a card and quickly get this out so we can get into this fast moving train. It's Healing Energy Cards, deck 1, and it's card 2 called Soul Chakras, as in the soles of the feet, but the soul itself. It says balance, ground, anchor the ideas, healing, and change into your body and life. Your feet may require some attention. All I see right now with your feet and your legs is this cartoon like picture of you just running flat out. You know, it's a bit like the Tassie Devil in the Looney Tunes. You know, Taz in Looney Tunes, and he whips up like this, or the Road Runner, you know, they just run and their legs look like they're going at 100 miles an hour. That's all I am seeing right now with your legs and your feet. So I'm feeling like they haven't stopped for a moment since I've started tuning into your energy, Nikki, and it feels just like a train. Your energy feels like a train right now. So to me, this feels like movement, action, progress, perhaps productivity, perhaps, but there's certainly a lot of stuff like moving forward in leaps and bounds. Sometimes we make big, huge steps or huge leaps forward in our life. Other times it feels like a shuffle, or it feels like we're not moving much at all. But at the moment, it feels like there's a lot happening. There's a lot moving. It might be quite busy, because it does feel like a busy energy. It feels like there's a lot to do. There's a lot happening kind of energy, especially in the physical, but also in regards to movement. I feel like you're going from point A to point B. Like the distance between point A and point B is quite far, and you're getting there quite quickly. So it feels like there's a lot of distance, but you're going quickly between A and B, almost like it's A and say L, but and the journey. So yeah, so you're moving from one point to another very, very quickly is the feeling. So it's like one train stop to the next train stop. And the train's moving fast, but you're sort of running. Is this? I'm getting these sort of dual visuals here of you running and the train. It's the same thing. So going from the train stop to the next train stop very, very quickly. So something's moving very fast. I feel a lot of very active energy around your tailbone. So your tailbone here at the base of your spine. This is where your base chakra is. So the base chakra tends to be about physicality, your physical body, your physical life, physical things. So this is also very active and very tingly and very much getting my attention at this time. So let's just put a little pause on this energy, because I just want to see what's going on without the high speed, because it's very hard to see when things are just kind of blurred and going so fast. So I just want to put a bit of a pause on just for a moment, just like, you know, in a cartoon. Actually, in Harry Potter, I think they have these mischievous little pixies or something creating havoc, and that one of them puts a spell out, and the spell just like immobilizes all these pixies for a moment, and they're just kind of stunned, and they're just sort of suspended in time. That's what I'm feeling here. So we're just going to quickly pause the energy for a little bit so I can check in with your energy, make sure everything's going okay. So I feel like your legs are feeling good. Your legs, so I'm looking from your feet up to your hips. These feel really good, very active, very focused as well. Focused on where you're going, it must be. Focused on where you're going and what you're trying to achieve at this time, the progress that you're making. Looking at your hips, so your hips as in your hips themselves, from your left and your right hip. These feel a little, what would you say? It feels to me a little bit hollow, like empty sockets somehow. I'm not really sure why. They feel a little bit empty, so I just want to pad them up. Just pad them up with some padding just to help. It's probably to help you be able to continue for as long as you can before you get worn out. So it sort of feels like they're running out of like a fluid or something like that, or some lubricant. So just padding your hip sockets up so that you can keep going before you feel flattened and exhausted, because there's only so long you can go run with this energy for before it flattens you. So just padding out your hip area to help you keep going, lubricating those. Moving up now into your torso. Okay, so it feels really good. I'm up here into your solar plexus. So your solar plexus is your power center. It feels glowing here. So I feel like there's some drive There's something that's driving you forward. There's something that's driving you into action. It's a drive. It's very much a drive. So like a determination, a willpower, some sort of drive that's driving your power and driving your motivation to this progress that you're making. Moving up into your heart. Your heart feels like a flower at the moment. So it feels like a beautiful pink, looks like a daisy, something with long petals, and very deep pink. So there's a lot of love coming to your heart, a lot of openness that's taking place as well. And right in the middle is this yellowy orange center of the flower. So the yellow connects with the solar plexus, so that's your power center. The orange is your emotions. So I feel like these are balanced here in your heart, that you're doing this in a balanced way between the sacral chakra and your solar plexus, emotion through your emotions and your power or your willpower. So this feels nice and balanced in here. This feels really good. And moving up to your shoulders. So your shoulders feel like you've got an armor on here. So you've got something here protecting you. You've got like a metal armor energetically that's sitting over your shoulders. And it feels like a protection, almost like a shield that you're wearing here. So that I feel like that it's so you don't take things personally. It's so that things can just wash off you as you proceed and as you move forward. I'm being drawn down your arms, which is not typical. So I'm being drawn down your arms here. Your arms feel like they're sort of hanging. They feel a little limp. So it's probably not a lot you can, what is it? Create or make right now. It's more the movement and the action of things rather than what you can make or create. So it feels like a different sort of busyness. So they feel a bit limp, a little bit useless at the moment, but the time will come where they can be used. So I'm not worried about that at all. Your throat and your neck's feeling good. And moving up into your third eye chakra feels focused. And your crown chakra feels really nice and connected. There's a cord that's coming out of here. So this is feeling really good. Wherever you're going, Nicki is feeling good. You're feeling pretty well balanced here. So now just turning off that pause button and getting you back on track. Now your speed has slowed down a little bit, and it feels like now I'm going more the long distance rather than the sprint. So something's slowed down, but it's now like you're pacing yourself. So there's a sense of you pacing yourself, moving forward, so that you can go the distance and you can get to wherever it is that you're going. It feels really good. I don't know what else I can really say here. So yeah, just trust in the speed of things and the direction of things, but also the endurance as well, to be able to go the distance. So balancing the activity with rest, most likely. So I trust that makes sense, Nicki. Let's grab a card to add here for you. Thank you. Oh, well done, Susan. Excellent. Congratulations. So let's see which card we need to add here for you, Nicki. The best card is this. It's Healing Energy Cards 2, and it is Receive Assistance, card 57. It says, assistance may come in the form of a solution, opportunity, abundance, helping hand, an offering, improvement, or an exchange. Help has arrived. So this is not help coming. This is not help would be nice. Help has arrived. Receive assistance. It is here. So moving forward from here, it seems like something you've needed, some type of support, some type of assistance, improvement, whatever it might be, something has already arrived. And this may be why you've accelerated things, maybe why you're moving towards wherever it is that you're going, maybe in quite a focused physical way, that the assistance has arrived. Perhaps the money has turned up, maybe the solution has landed, maybe the opportunity opened up, something happened, the assistance has already arrived. So that to me makes me feel like it could have been the signal that started the propulsion forward. It's like that news, that information, that go ahead, that green light, that thing that then prompted the movement forward. So the assistance has already arrived. So you're not waiting for that either. I would just enjoy the journey as you accelerate forward and see where it takes you, Nicki. So thank you so much. I do trust this resonates with you, and thank you so much for your support. Thank you. Thank you all for connecting today. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you to my patrons for your support. You help me be able to keep doing my work, and I'm very much grateful and appreciate that. So thank you so much. Now, tomorrow we have my other healing event for patrons I do every month, and tomorrow's is called the Healing List event. It's too late to be added now, but I will be doing another healing event at the same time as today's tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that if you're around. And I look forward to connecting with you again or with you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Namaste. Thank you.